Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Mariam Hassan and I make videos related to dentistry and medicine. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see the video on study tips and majority of you said yes, so here it is. And if you're not following me on Instagram, so make sure you do. The link is in description box below. Now, there are a lot of tips out there, but I'll only talk about those that work best for me, that are experienced, and that I would like to recommend to you guys. So, the first three tips that I'll be talking about are the ones that will completely change the perspective of how you spend your day, and they will provide you with a boost of productivity. Now, whether you're a student, whether you're a professional, whether you're a housewife, these tips work for everyone. The first three tips. So let's begin. So the first tip is to make yourself a to-do list. Before you start your day, first thing you need to do is to make a list of tasks or topics that you need to accomplish throughout the day. So it has two advantages. The first is that it gives you the brief overview of what you need to do throughout the day and what your day will look like. And the second is that it provides the sense of accomplishment when you just cross your tasks after completing them, and it motivates you to do more. Tip number 2 is about motivational quotes. Now, as human, we do need constant reminders. We need to remind ourselves that how important this task is for us and why do we want to do it. We need motivation for that. So now Google is full of motivational quotes, and what you need to do is to open up one quote and think about it before starting your first task. Now, this process completely changed my life. I feel so refreshed and energetic and 100% motivated to do whatever I want to do throughout the day. Tip number 3 is feed your soul. We all know how important it is to take a healthy breakfast in the morning to feed our body, but we often forget our soul. So we can do two things for this. First is that you need to make a prayer. Now, to whatever ethnicity you belong, you need to feed your soul. You need to talk to yourself. You need to close your eyes. You need to relax. You need to breathe in, breathe out. And second thing, what you can do is to incorporate yoga in your lives if you're into it. And the purpose of these things is to make you spiritually strong and relaxed. Because if you're stressed, you ain't gonna have a productive day. So these three tips can be life-changing. They changed my life and they barely take about 30 minutes of your day, but they're worth it. And I want you to at least pick these 3 points and incorporate them in your life and let me know what you feel about them. So tip number 4 is keep your phone's electronic gadgets aside. 99% of people procrastinate because of these. So there is an app called Cold Turkey on Play Store. You can download it from there. It's for free. And I use this app to keep my phone locked for like whatever time you want to, like for 30 minutes or for 1 hour. And you can choose a time period for yourself. Second thing that I do is I usually print out my notes or write down my notes so that I don't have to use my laptop or any other gadget for study purposes, because I'm just not that comfortable with those laptops and all, so I print them out. Now, tip number 5 is about highlighting. We as medical students have so much to remember. We have got so many books. We've got books which are overloaded with a lot of information and a lot of text. So only highlight important stuff. Only highlight the important stuff. Do not color your pages with highlighter pens. Only select core words that give you the idea about whole paragraph and highlight them. Now this helps a lot when we really shorten time at the end for revision, but by just looking at these highlighted core words, it gives you the idea about whole thing. Tip number 6 is summarize your texts. Convert your texts into diagrams, into flowcharts, or a shorter sentence. Now your mind can easily forget the text that you read, but it will not forget the thing that you created on your own out of your own understanding of the text. So make sure to write your summaries of each paragraph under that paragraph or on a sticky note and stick it on the top of that paragraph. Tip number 7 is that before even starting to study, you need to ask yourself 2 things. You need to recognize yourself. Either you're a morning person or a night person, and secondly, you need to ask yourself either you are a group study person or you study alone. So if you're a study alone kind of person, I would not suggest you guys to go and join group studies, because that will just simply waste your time. I would suggest you guys to stay home and study alone. Study partners do help a lot. I personally had a study partner. We used to decide what topic we need to cover in what time, and then we used to discuss that topic for a few minutes after that. And fortunately, both of us were top scorers of our batch. Tip number 8 is create mnemonics. As a medical student, we all know that we need to remember a lot of things. We need to retain a lot of information at a time. So it is only possible with mnemonics. Make mnemonics yourself. I would prefer that you make mnemonics yourself or with your friends, not to just go on Google and find those mnemonics. For me, I used to make my mnemonics myself, and make the mnemonics weird and funny so that you don't forget it, and revise it with your friends. So tip number 9 is to make post-it notes about the things and the points that you tend to forget more often, and paste them on the walls, on the areas that you see more often. This will help you to retain those points by looking and by learning them again and again. So this tip basically helped me a lot to retain the numerical values and the normal ranges of a lot of things that we need to remember in medical and dentistry. Tip number 10 is please do not cram. You need to gain the concepts of the thing that you're studying, because if you cram, you're gonna forget everything when you're stressed and when you're freaking out in the exam. So that's really not what you want. So write down all the stuff in your own words and just grab the concept from your texts. No one needs to, get the word-to-word answers from your textbooks. No one needs to learn the textbook word by word. So what you need to have is the concepts. So the concepts do matter in medical. I know that there are a lot of things that you need to remember, but for that we have a lot of other tips. Do not cram. So that's it for today's video. I didn't want the video to be really long, so I incorporated my top 10 tips in this video. I have a lot of other tips, and if you guys want to see the part 2 of the study tips version, so make sure to comment down below. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and also follow me on Instagram for more content. Also, comment down below if you want me to make a video on any of the other topics of medicine or dentistry. I'll try to make those videos as soon as possible. So till then, take care. Bye bye.